Greetings, beautiful people. I decided to make a short video just to keep us on track. It is Tuesday evening, rather late in the evening, but I just finished grading the discussions for the last 2 weeks, and I've been grading them off and on all day. But I finally finished. So I wanted to make a couple of comments. If you lost points, here are some of the most common ways that people lost points. One, you made an initial post that was pretty good, but you didn't reply to two or more class members. Well, if you didn't reply to two or more class members, that's automatically 6 points that you're missing. So you went from a potential of getting an A to getting a C, because it's 14 points for making the initial post, and then 3 points for applying to two or more class members. So that's how you get your other 6 points. So that's number one. Another way that people lost points is with excessive typograph typographical or mechanical errors. So not dotting your I's and crossing your T's, not having a period, not starting with a capital letter in the beginning of the sentences, using lowercase I instead of a capital I, like just you know, little errors, small little errors. It's fine to text like that, but when you're making a post on the discussion board that is counting for a grade, you really need to proofread and try to get rid of as many of those errors as you can. It's not a big deal, but you might have lost a point or 2 points or even a half a point for having multiple errors. Okay? Another way that people lost points is they didn't address their class members by name. Now, we're on this journey together of discovering psychology, of exploring what it means to study the mind and behavior. And to do that, we have a learning community. And in our learning community, the more we come together and get to know each other and express ourselves clearly and with details and in a poignant way, the better the learning, the higher the frequency. Okay, so you're going to address your class members by name. And so hopefully by the end of the term, you will have made a couple of friends or at least a couple of acquaintances or some colleagues. Okay, so address them by name. If you can, sign your post, because maybe your nickname might be different than the name that's on the roster. And so if you sign your post, then people will know how to address you. But okay, so these were some of the things that I noticed how people lost points. I will say that I had several people that went above and beyond and did exceptional. I mean, superb. And I was very impressed. So overall, the class did pretty good on the discussions, but some of you lost points. And I just wanted to explain why you might have lost points. Now, with the first discussion, I put a few comments. So if, for instance, you lost a couple of points because I felt like your responses to peers were not substantive, I might have said, expand your discussion to your peers or add more details and explanations. So on the first post, I went ahead and gave most people a little bit of feedback if you needed improvement. If you got a perfect score, the number speaks for itself. Now, on the second post, I didn't do that. I pretty much went through and graded it without additional comments because I put comments in the first post, on the first post. So make sure you look at the comments and the feedback so you can know what you did right, what you did wrong, and let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to help. Okay. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that this week you have two ways to earn points. The first way is by participating in our third discussion. This discussion is about developmental psychology. And so you're going to learn about the zygote that becomes an embryo, that becomes a fetus, that becomes a live birth, that becomes a toddler, that becomes a, you know, little child, that becomes an adolescent, which eventually becomes an adult and then eventually ends the cycle and dies and so on. So you're going to learn all about the growth and decline across the human lifespan when you're reading about developmental psychology. So I've included some videos in the modules, I've included some slideshows, and then also you have our required textbook that also has additional resources for you. So you get to choose, how you're gonna consume the information. Just make sure you're learning about developmental psychology this week. Incidentally, I want to go ahead and plug my class, DEP 2004. It's Human Growth and Development. If you're an early childhood education major, if you're a nursing student, you need to take that class, and yours truly teaches it. I primarily teach this class online in the fall and spring semester, and then I teach it face to face or hybrid in the summer. but I'd be happy to have you if you enjoy this class at the end of the semester. Remember, I'm plugging it now. All right. So far, I've just mentioned some of the ways that you might have lost points on the discussion board on the assignments that I graded, and also mentioned that this week we have our third discussion. You're making your initial post by Thursday and replying to 2 or more class members by Sunday to maximize your points. If you missed a discussion, don't stress out about it. Discussions are worth 20 points, and remember, we have a little cushion in this class. So if you miss a discussion, it's not going to kill your grade. We also will have opportunities for extra credit, and those opportunities for extra credit will boost your score and make up for missing points. So stay tuned for those. All right. The other thing that's going on this week is the group project charter. It's also referred to as the group plan. And this charter or plan is a way for you to connect with your group members and start thinking about what you're going to do for this group project. Now, all of the groups have been assigned and all the topics have been assigned, but it's up to you and your group members to narrow down that topic and to also decide who's going to do what. Now, you might have 7 people in your group, and of those 7 people, maybe 3 of them want to be responsible for researching the topic. Maybe 2 of them want to be responsible for being creative and maybe putting together the PowerPoint. And the rest of them might be responsible for simply relaying the information to the class, i.e., making the video or making the speaker's notes. You could do it that way. Or you could set it up a different way where everybody's responsible for a small little section of the project and then you mesh it all together. As long as at the end of the day, we have a full coherent project. Now, right now, this first assignment, the group charter, is just fleshing out the details of the project and narrowing your topic. You do not actually do this project until the end of the semester. Pretty much it's an ongoing assignment. Each week, you're expected to kind of in the background be working on the group project. We have a group charter due right now, and in a few more weeks, we'll have a group annotated bibliography due, and then eventually you'll actually turn in the project. But for now, you're just focused on getting to know the members in your group, figuring out what your strengths and weaknesses are, how you're going to communicate, narrowing the topic down, and finding a way to make the topic something interesting that you want to research and share with the class. Okay, so I think that's kind of a lot of information I've shared so far. We're at 7 minutes for the video. Read the feedback from the first discussion and the second discussion. Make sure you participate in discussion 3 and make sure you get with your group so that you can start working on that group plan. The group plan is due Sunday, but you have a couple of days grace period if you don't get it in on Sunday. So as long as you get it in before it closes, there's no penalty. It will show late in the computer as of 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So if you turn it in after that, it's going to show late, but I will not take a late penalty. Okay. My office hours are there. If you need to get in touch with me, inbox me in Canvas. You can also visit me at the Ocala campus. I'm in Building 8, room 106G on Mondays, pretty much all day, and then Wednesdays I'm there for a little while too. Um, if you have questions, comments, compliments, or concerns, engage with me. Drop a comment. Um, you know, subscribe to the channel. Just, let me know that the video is helping, or let me know if you want me to make a specific video. So in the past, I would make additional videos for students if enough students let me know, like, hey, we want to know about this topic and we feel like if you could explain it a little better, that would help us. So if enough students say, hey, yeah, Miss Sims, we don't really quite understand the difference between, the behavioral approach and the behavioral neuroscience approach, then I can certainly provide additional resources as well as a short video if that would help you all. But that's all I have for you. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you on the discussion board, people.